Let me get myself in here. Well, it looks like no one showed up. My goodness. Hmm. How about that? Looks like we might be getting some light tonight, which is very unfortunate. That's not good. Oh, that's right. We got commercials first. Forgot about that. Hey, Ken, I guess you did get the message, huh? I figured people weren't coming because of the commercials. I'm watching them myself. How's it going, buddy? I don't know if you can. I guess you can read the comments with the commercial going. I don't know what I've got. I've got lag tonight or not. Probably do. Guess I better check my connection. Recon's supposed to be here. If he shows up, that is. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm about the same. I might have lost a pound or two. It might be that I have a new camera and you can see me more clearly now. I don't know. And I cleaned up the studio a little bit, so and I'm closer. I don't know. I got a new camera though, a lot better one. I'm hoping you can see me clearer now. I got a Razer Kaio. Must be one of the better cameras out there. It's even got a light on it. I can turn the light on to make it brighter, make me brighter or whatever. I don't know if it's better with the light or without the light. No idea. I think it's probably worse with the light on. It's too bright. It's better that way. Well, let's see. The download is 122. Should really be a little bit higher than that, but that's the first time I ran the test, so we'll try it again. Shows we got somebody else in. I'm not sure who. Like I said, Recon is supposed to be here. But I haven't seen him yet. Well, I haven't done a live stream because nobody's been coming. Just like right now, there's just you and me. And last time it was just you and me and Trinity, and it's maybe Caitlin, but nobody's been coming, so I've haven't been doing them. It's not worth it, I get and nobody's joined the memberships at all. There've been no donations at all, so the live streams aren't paying anything. They pay like 4 cents, so it's just not worth the effort to do them. Even when I did the live stream painting, it was horrible. It just wasn't that good. There was a few more people that night, I guess, but not enough to make it worthwhile. In fact, if people don't show up today, this may very well be the last live stream I do. Yeah, looks like I'm getting quite a bit of lag tonight. About 6 seconds of lag tonight. Of course, I have my wife's logged in here too. That's probably why I'm lagging more, most likely. I'll get her out of here. That'll probably help. I sent you a reminder because I was afraid you might think it was 10:30, not 10 o'clock. I went to 10 o'clock because I was thinking maybe some more people would come a little bit earlier. Because sometimes it's a little bit later for people. They have to get up and go to work and stuff like that, you know. Excuse me. You still here, Ken? I only show one person. I don't know if that's me or you. Good old StreamYard or YouTube. Not reporting right, probably. And I don't know why Minnie never comes anymore. It'd be nice if she told us why. If it's just not interesting to her or what, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. So does the camera look better or did you leave? I can't tell. I'm not seeing anything here. I don't see any typing anyway. Hello, hello. I even posted on Facebook in several places to try to get some people to come in. And that Jamie, I think her name was, I made sure she knew there was a live tonight. Well, I guess since you're not answering me, Ken, you must be gone. I don't know. Looks like you might have left. And I'm by myself. Well, okay now. Alrighty, I guess Ken must have left. Huh. Well, I see a message here. Maybe that's from him. I can't see any typing that you're doing. No, Ken. Once you leave the channel and come back in. I guess I could do I'll redo this a little bit and see if it refresh it. Maybe that'll help. There, now I see you. Okay. I refreshed it and it seemed to work okay now. Okay, I see you now. I made a change earlier up there, and maybe that's what did it. Um, StreamYard had to fix it, I guess. She's doing okay. She knew I was doing a live, but I guess she decided not to come on for some unknown reason. But when people want me to do them favors, I always do favors for them, but they don't do them for me. They don't want to come to my lives. Kind of upsetting me quite a bit. When your own family don't want to support you, then that's pretty bad. Yvette, how you doing? My gosh, it's been forever since we've seen you. How are you? I figure you must have hit the jackpot in Las Vegas and forgot all about us. I talked to Recon. I messaged him earlier and told him I was doing a live, and he said he'd be here. Oh, this Velvet. Hi, Velvet. It still only shows one person here for some unknown reason. I don't know why. Thank you, YouTube, for not counting the people right. You wish? So I guess you didn't win anything at all in Las Vegas, huh? I'm sorry to hear that. I've been to Vegas twice myself when I was younger. Well, you finally got the message that I was doing a live? Well, I don't know if you're on Facebook, but you can actually add me on Facebook. And the people that add me on Facebook, I actually send them a message on Facebook at the same time. Well, just do add friends, search for Kim Castor, and I'm there. I'm pretty sure there's no one else with my name, but I mean, I'm in Florida, so it narrows it down. There you go. Just I even have a Facebook channel for my art, Kimcast Art. But if you send me a friend request, I'll certainly add you, and then I can send you a message. Let you know when I'm doing a live. I was about ready to think that we were ready to think that you moved to Las Vegas. Like I was telling Ken, I don't know if you heard or not, but Recon should be here tonight. I'm a little surprised Trinity's not, because I know she's home. My granddaughter Trinity was down here with her fiance, and they left day before yesterday to drive back to Mississippi, but I know they got back yesterday, I believe. Yeah, I've got the same name on Facebook, Ken. Sure do. Excuse me. I went to Vegas back in the 70s, Yvette. I actually had dinner with Danny Kaye, if you know who he is. He's a real famous guy. I met some of the old timers over there, Milton Berle, Rodney Dangerfield. Saw Elvis, he was still alive then. The Osmonds. A few others I've met over there. I did more slot machines and Keno when I did what little bit of gambling I did. Because I was in the service back then. So there wasn't a lot of money to spend. But I actually came ahead. When I left there, I was about $50 ahead. But then again, I didn't gamble a lot. Yeah, I had dinner with Danny Kaye there. We just got talking, and his drummer, he was, doing music at the time in one of the bars, and his drummer was from Vancouver, Washington, which I was on the USS Vancouver, the ship, and we were talking, and then I met Danny, and we ended up having dinner together, the whole bunch of us. It wasn't an elaborate dinner. I think we had sandwiches and French fries or something or whatever. But we talked for, a couple of hours at least. And back then I was really young, and I really didn't realize who Danny Kaye was. It's a bit embarrassing to say, but I really didn't know he was a mega star because I didn't remember any of his movies. He offered me a personalized autographed picture of him, and I declined. I didn't really know who he really was, how famous he was. We were talking about our dogs and everything, really ordinary stuff. I mean, I wasn't Google Gagaing over him or nothing like that because I just didn't know how famous he was. Just talking to him like an everyday person. He was very good at that. And but the next week I got home because I rented a place off base rather, an apartment. And would you believe the next week was all Danny Kaye movies, and I kicked myself in the butt for not getting his autograph. Yeah, I just said, you dumbass. That's just what I call myself, a dumbass for not getting his autograph. I've actually met a lot of movie stars and musicians over the years. My father actually was a cameraman for a motion picture company. So I kind of had access to some of them people. I've met Loretta Lynn several times. I met Pat Boone and his whole family. I actually was there when they did the Elvis movie here in Florida, down by Ocala. My father was one of the cameramen down there. Wild in the Country, I think they called it. And Who else? Oh, Bo Diddley was an actual personal friend of mine right here in Florida. Of course, he's gone now, but his real name is Ellis McDaniels, which some people know that. And I used to go to his studio all the time. He'd come to mine. Lou Rawls, that's a cool guy. Yeah, I remember him. I met some other ones too. Jefferson Airplane, the band Jefferson Airplane. I remember meeting them when I was younger. I can't remember all the ones I've met over the years. Quite a few, I know that. Oh, and Tom Petty. Tom Petty, believe it or not, that's who my father worked for. His grandfather was who my dad worked for as a cameraman. And Tom Petty used to have come out right next to us to his grandfather's property, which is right beside ours, right here, where we live close by. And when he was a teenager, he was older than me by a few years, but I remember when he was a kid, he was a wild kid. In fact, he showed up one day with a blank gun and started shooting at people when they was driving by, and he dang near got put in jail for it. That was before he was ever famous. He was just a pimple-faced kid back then. Ah, Flavor Flav. I'm not sure who that is, though. My son was actually in jail with Leonard Skinner's younger brother many years ago. My wife met Jim Stafford and Andre the Giant. I remember meeting a bunch of wrestlers too in one place. I guess Recon ain't going to show up. Huh. Weird. I texted Brad to see if he wanted to drop in and say howdy. Probably won't. She may have a volume down. It's hard to tell. Trinity must still be tired or she'd be here. She's usually always here. All that driving. I think it's like 1,200 miles from where we live to where she lives up in Mississippi. It's in the northern part of the state. How many does it show in here for you, Ken? Does it say 2? I only see 2 up there. Is it showing more for you guys or what? Don't forget hit that like button, guys. Two? Yeah, it's not reporting right. Maybe Velvet logged off. I don't know. I guess you mean Ernest Borgnine? Yeah, they say he was a real nice guy. I saw a thing on YouTube where he was traveling around with his camper all over the place. And he loved that camper he had. I tell you what. It was a big one too, you know, it was a big, like a bus, but it had the pull-outs in it and everything. It was really, really big inside. Now it's only showing 1. Good old YouTube, I tell you what. I just sent a reminder message to Recon. Maybe he'll drop in, maybe he won't. Yeah, I know you're here, Ken, and Yvette's here, and I'm here. There's 3 of us, but it's only showing 1. Thank you, YouTube. No wonder you guys don't pay me worth a hoot. Excuse me. I had actually thought about doing a live painting tonight. Oh, I froze? Oh, joy. Might be my internet freezing. I don't know. Although I got a better internet package, which gives me a way lot more download and upload, but I'm getting 126 megabits per second down and about 5 up. Almost 5 up, 4.7 or so. So which bingo did you play? What did you play over there in Las Vegas? Just the slot machines, or did you play any 21 or anything? Poker? Or Keno? I actually won on Keno a few times, but I'll be dang if I can remember how to play it. That was a long time ago. That's 50 years ago. Well, we're back up to 2 now, it says. Joy. ASD didn't come in either, so maybe he didn't get the message either. I don't know. He may have, who knows? He's probably doing a Twitch thing tonight or something. I've been thinking about just not doing any lives anymore because of this, because we don't get the participation. It's just really rough when you don't get enough people here to keep things going. I'm very aggravated with my own family, though, because I have a lot of people in my family that could come, but they don't come. And it's funny because Trinity and her boyfriend actually, they asked me before they left when I was doing my next live, and I told them probably today. I figured they would be here. but they're not. So I'll let them know what I think about that. So, as can anybody tell me, is this new camera making me look better at all, or am I still fuzzy or something, or what? I mean, this was not a cheap camera, so I'm hoping it's improved the video quality. It's not spazzing out or anything like the other camera I had would get them little spazzy lines once in a while. This one seems to be crystal clear on this end anyway. Yeah, Slots Buffalo and Wheel of Fortune's both good. Brad used to play those games. Now, it's just been a while since you've seen me, Ken. I haven't lost weight. I'm about the same. Won 100 on Buffalo? All right. How much were you betting? $1 a game or 50 cents or what? That's always a delightful surprise to win 100. As long as it didn't take you 100 to get the 100. What's the cheapest slot machine they have now? A quarter? I think when I went back in the 70s, I think they still had a dime or a nickel slot machine, or it might have been quarters. I don't remember, but I think it had a dime one. My wife and I went on a cruise with my parents once, and my father went to the casino with me, and he actually got pretty lucky. He hit over a $300 win, and he quit. And I was surprised he quit, but he did. So he was way ahead. It looks clear, great. I'm glad it does. I'm glad it looks a lot better. Does it look clearer to you, Ken? I'm trying to get it to look more professional. $0.25 is the cheapest. Yeah. I figured it probably was. But you can blow through $10 in quarters real fast. I saw people there with a lot more money than I did putting dollar bills in and $5 bills in some of the machines, even back then. I was like, God, you won 50 on a $5 ticket? That's nice. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. My last good win was probably $100, but it was on a $10 crossword. My last good win. Oh yeah, they tried to make you go higher. The other guy from Florida here, and I know you watch him, Ken. His name is Andre. What's his name? I can't remember the name of him, but he hit 5,000 the other night. But that was on a $50 ticket, I think. But he hit 5,000. The local store here that most people buy their tickets from, surprisingly, the biggest one they've ever had, and I'm talking about a lot of years going by, was somebody hit 10,000, I think, once, or 5,000, one or the other. I think it was 10. But that's been in, gosh, at least 10 or 15 years since they've had the lottery, the scratch offs. I hit 100 fairly frequently on different ones, certain ones. There he's there he finally shows up. You forgot I was doing a live. Here comes the excuses now. I guess we'll have to give you a fine this time. One of them $5 stickers or something. We'll fine him but good for being late. Velvet was here too, but I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she lost connection or what. I did send a message to Brad to ask him to stop in and say hello, but I haven't heard back from him. Well, I didn't check yet, but nope, didn't hear anything back from him. I haven't noticed him doing anything on YouTube at all lately. It shows we've got 4 people here, but that's probably including me. An artist, I just found out yesterday, a close artist friend of mine that used to work at the group home with me, teaching art classes to our special needs people, passed away February 27th. But I knew he wasn't going to be around too long because he had heart problems, and they finally put a pacemaker in him, and but I mean, he got about another 5 or 6 years. But yeah, he passed away on the 27th. But he was older than I am by probably 5 years. Well, I'm not sure yet, Recon. I'm not very encouraged with the amount of people showing up for the lives. That's for sure. Um, that's why I haven't been doing them, because it hasn't been worth it. You know, even if you get even the day I did the live painting, which that one was about 2 hours, I think. I think I got 7 or 8 cents. It just wasn't worth it. And membership is way down. I've still only got 5 members. You know, not getting any really donations for it or anything to keep things going. And I just bought another camera, which was expensive. I mean, hopefully you noticed, Recon, that things are a lot clearer now because I just bought a Razer Kaio to improve the video quality for everything. See, Ken and Yvette says it looks real clear for them, so I don't know if it does for you or not, but I've been doing everything I can to try to increase the membership and the views and everything. I upgraded my editor that has more features in it now, the Mojave editor. I had actually planned on doing a painting video today, but I didn't get a chance to because I found out that a friend of mine passed away and was talking to their family some. And he was a close friend, so I just wasn't in the mood to paint under those conditions. Okay, Recon. I'm glad it looks great now. I mean, I did get the higher up package way up higher, which is a lot more expensive for my internet too. So I'm only getting about, well, this time I'm getting about 5 or 6 second lag, but it's way better than having those minutes of lag before. Yeah, thank you, Recon. He was a good friend. I've known him for way over 25 years, probably. He was a great artist, good fellow artist. He did help me with the special needs kids at the group home. In fact, I let him teach the art classes for quite a number of years until we got some big budget cuts and we couldn't afford to do that anymore. So I had to take over it myself for the last 5 or 6 years at least. So Yvette, I guess you didn't try to play Keno over there in Vegas, huh? When I played in one, I actually had no clue how to play. Somebody had to explain the basics to me, and I got lucky and won. I think he was about 72, 73, something like that. But he, like I said, the last 5 years, he'd already been having heart trouble, and he had a pacemaker put in. I mean, before he had the pacemaker put in, he actually had a heart attack out in his front yard, had his phone with him, knew he was going to have a heart attack. He knew he could feel it coming on, called 911 and literally died, fell on the ground. Luckily, the EMTs were really close by, and they actually revived him, brought him back to life. And then they put the pacemaker in him, and he got about another 5 years. But I know he was going, he went downhill from there, really. I mean, slowly. Of course, he was doing less and less because he couldn't do a lot. Well, he had some other health issues too, besides his heart. He was at that age. A lot of the jobs that he worked were pretty rough jobs. Really hardworking jobs, and where he'd been injured before and stuff. So, yeah, the pacemakers are good. I mean, except they only give you a limited amount of time. Basically, you're being on borrowed time with that pacemaker. I mean, I've heard of some people having one for even longer than that. Well, I think I played the Keno because it was cheap to play. It's, that's the only reason I can think of. I played it. It was cheap, and I was bored because I was there with some other people, and I was kind of bored and thought I'd try to play something. And since I was in a big gambling place, I felt like I should be gambling, even if it was one of the cheapest things there was to do. But like I said, I did win a few times by not. No, I didn't even have any idea what I was even doing really. I just got lucky. And finally, after I won a few times, I just said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm ahead." I thought it was pretty comical when I first got to Las Vegas the first time. Everywhere you went, probably the same way now. Even if you stopped at the gas station and went to the bathroom, there was a dang slot machine there. I don't know if it's that way anymore, but it seemed like everywhere you went, I don't care where it was, there was slot machines. Even in the bathrooms at the restroom, in a gas station. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that they've been good for some people. They've been really good. I mean, they were good for that was good for my friend too, because he would have been gone. He got, like I said, about another 5, maybe 6 years out of it. So he got to live longer anyway. When the doctors basically told him, if you don't put the pacemaker in, you might have only a few months to live. Instead, he got another 5 years. I'm sure he felt it was worth the extra 5 years to, see his grandchildren, his children, and, take care of things he wanted to take care of and do a few things he wanted to do, you know. I mean, I think that's a good thing. If you know you got a limited amount of time and there's things you want to do in this life, that's the time to do it. That's what I would do. I mean, wouldn't you? If a doctor told you only had 4 or 5 years or whatever, you'd be doing whatever you could do. Hey, Recon, you had to use this channel for a few minutes or that name? That's fine. Jay and his 25-cent SC, whatever that is. Did you break your name, Recon? Oh yeah, I'm sure there. I know there was slot machines in the coffee shops, the restaurants, bathrooms, public bathrooms, everything. It's amazing. Oh, a super sticker. Well, thank you there, Mr. J. We'll put you right up there. Wow, that's a new super sticker thing. Look at that up on the screen. That's new for StreamYard. They did do some improvements to the software. I'm sure you might have saw there was a new subtitle you could put in there on the bottom of it too. I like that way better. That's a lot nicer looking um, sticker announcement there. Pretty big. Definitely gets everybody's attention. Have you, Ken or Recon, have you guys been to Las Vegas before? Either one of you? Wow, another one. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you again, sir. That all helps for sure. You ever been to Las Vegas, Ken? Yeah. You probably enjoy it, but you know, it does. You gotta make sure you have money with you. And don't bring your mortgage with you. I heard stories about people actually losing their houses because they mortgaged their house there. They actually can do that. That's just amazing. They can mortgage your house. You can't remember your password? Oh, I see. Wow. Well, there should be a button to click that where you can't remember your password, where they'll give you a hint or help you retrieve it. Every software I got will do that, including PayPal. In fact, PayPal has a phone number. You can call them and they can identify you and give you a reset for it, if that's what you're referring to. I know I had to do it once. Well, I'm not even sure I'd even want to go back anymore. I'm sure Vegas is way more crowded than when I went there in 70. I was there in 73 or 74. I can't remember which. It was pretty packed then. But I bet it's 10 times as packed now as it was back in the early 70s. Of course, in the early 70s, it was still the Rack Pats. Pack was in that in Vegas, you know, Sinatra and Sammy Davis and all them, Dean Martin. They were still alive back then and in Vegas. Yeah, that's Recon. Okay, that's Recon. He came on with that name so he could put a couple of donations up. We should be able to do it. We should be able to click on the can't find password thing and it should be able to send you an email or send you a text message or something so you can reset it and change it. I'm sure there's a number or something you can do it with, or a phone number you can call. Michaela, my goodness. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you so much for the super chat. I thought there might be somebody else in here. What a sweetheart. I appreciate you coming. I was kind of hoping Wesley might drop in and tell us about the baby a little bit, but oh, by the way, everybody, I'm a great grandfather again. Wesley and Chrisanna, which I know you've all seen them here before. They had their baby yesterday, 10 days early. Little boy, they named him Weston Castor, and he was 5 pounds, 14 ounces. Little tiny little thing, but he's perfectly healthy and doing great. He's already home with mommy and daddy. Really? Your neighbor had to sell her house? She was gambling at the gas station, huh? My goodness. Wow. Michaela, how are you doing tonight, sweetheart? Michaela is my granddaughter, in case you all didn't know. She's the one that helps me take care of my little dog, Milo, who everybody knows I love to death. She gave him a nice haircut. I should have brought him out to show everybody. She gave him a great haircut, and it's the second time she's done it, and helps cut down on the flea problem and stuff like that. But she's an animal lover, and she works for a place that takes care of dogs and stuff, and I can't remember the exact name of the place, but I know she loves them and works hard over there. You probably have to reset it. Oh, thank you, Ken. I appreciate that, buddy. Probably have to reset it when you log into YouTube. Probably have to log out of YouTube and then log back in YouTube and then do a reset. Or before, instead of when you log in, put forgot password, and then it will do something about fixing it so you can change it. Yeah, thank you, Recon. That's 3 great grandchildren I have now. 2 boys and 1 girl. Thank you, Yvette. We can't wait to hold him. I'm sure that poor child will be bounced from one family member to the next. She'll be going from my wife to Nancy to Jennifer to all the granddaughters like Michaela, Kylie, Kirsten. Every one of us will be snagging that little boy. Yeah, probably the best time to change it is when you don't really need it. Log out first, then log back in, and but instead of putting your password in or letting it do an auto login, have it change your password. Well, evidently, Yvette, she must have did some big time losing to have to sell her house to pay for her gambling. That's a lot of gambling. But, that's really easy to get addicted to, I'm sure. Without a doubt. There's Jennifer. There she is, Ken. I told you she was okay. Yeah, Velvet was here earlier, but only for a couple of minutes. I don't know what happened, if she lost connection or what. I did think Trinity would show up, but she didn't. Of course, she might be working. I don't know. That's a possibility. Yeah, I don't blame you, Recon. Oh, by the way, everyone, Caitlin finally got her license and got a car. Got her car today, finally. She had to wait for a week for it. Wasn't a new one, it was a used one, but she finally got her car, which is fantastic for her. She got an older one, a 2003 Nissan Maxima. Okay, Ken. Yeah, Michaela, Milo is definitely feeling a lot better since his haircut. I'm sure he is very thankful for that. Although your mother has called him once or twice, and so did I, and we still found some on him, but I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to find some way to get some better pills for him. I'll have to figure out what's the best thing on the market that I can actually buy without bringing him to the vet. Yeah, I'm proud of Caitlin too. She was so nervous, the poor thing. Even when she did her written test, she was nervous, and then the driving test, she was going crazy. But we just kept telling her to relax and remember, you can retake it. There's no reason to be nervous. And if you fail, they'll tell you what you did wrong, and then you just fix it. But she passed both, so I knew she would. I had confidence in her. I just felt she could do it. I think everybody's nervous when they first take it. Right, Michaela? Were you nervous when you first took yours? Maybe she left already. I don't know. You still here, Michaela? They need to build something in here to rotate the donations. I think that's something I'm gonna suggest that feature to them because it's when multiple people are donating, it's better if it will actually rotate from one to the other. Yeah, I figured you probably was nervous on that first test, Michaela. You passed them both, didn't you, right off? Did you have to take a retake on anything? Yeah, I think that one's a V6 with a 3.5 in it. So I think it needs a few things, but once she gets a few things done on it, it'll probably be fine. And she don't have to drive long distance anyway. She only works like 8 or 10 miles away. You have bad service? Well, I know what that's like. Not too great here, even though I pay the extra for the better service. It's still not a ton better like I'd like it to be. So, Michaela, you've been here before. Does it look clearer to you now since I got this other camera? And it's not all making them flaky, no white lines on it once in a while and all that stuff. Well, that's good, Ken. That's good to know. Well, she has the Nissan Maxima, not the Altima. But I'm sure it's pretty quick. It's a V6 with a 3.5. Well, that's good, Michaela. In fact, that's what Michaela had to do. She had to retake her written test once, the same way, but she passed fine. Then she passed her driving, same as you. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Recon, because that makes me feel better about getting this camera. It was used, but it was supposed to be a really good camera. So, and I'm really tired of trying these cheap cameras. I mean, I guess some that were supposed to be really good, but they really weren't working out real well. The HP 920 was supposed to be one of the better cameras, and that thing flaked out on me, within a year. I tried it the other day trying to get it to work again, and I just couldn't get it to work. The one I really like is this one I have up here, which you can't see it here, but that's the one I have the remote that will do close-ups. Hi, Ezra. Ezra hears me talking, evidently. I didn't know that, Recon. That's good to know. Yeah, now I like Toyota. I've had about 5 or 6 Toyotas. Never had a problem with any of them. Most of them are Camrys. Now I have a Corolla. I haven't had any trouble with them at all. None. Zero. Um, the most I ever had to do was replace the battery in one. And I put new tires on one. And but they really weren't quite due yet. I could have waited longer, but I decided to just go ahead and do it. Michaela's like her grandpa. She's got a Toyota. But hers is a Scion. She's got a nice little car. There's Mackenzie. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? Good to see you. It's Aunt Mackenzie now, right? I bet you can't wait to hold that baby, can you? I'm sure Mackenzie can't wait to get her hands on that little boy. Right, Mackenzie? Yep, that's what I thought. That's right. This is the first time you were an aunt, isn't it, Lexi? You're gonna go up? Who's going with you? Your mom or who? Or just you and your boyfriend? First time's always a thrill, isn't it, Mackenzie? I keep going from Mackenzie to Lexi. I don't know which one to call you anymore. I had a feeling you might go on that chemo pill, Ken. I actually texted Brad earlier, Recon, but he never replied. I asked him to drop in and say howdy, but as you can see, he hasn't showed up. Oh, you moved to Alabama, Mackenzie? I didn't know that. Wow. You didn't even come and say goodbye to us. My goodness. Yeah, we'll pray for you, Ken. You can't move to Alabama without my consent. I'm the head of the family. And you didn't even come by and say goodbye. My goodness. Last minute decision, huh? You'll be back. You'll be back. We've been on for a little over an hour. I'm going to stay on for a while longer. Hopefully some more will show up. I figured you would, Mackenzie. But at least you'll be one of the first ones to see Little Weston. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, you're playing the Nintendo Switch? Those are expensive little things, the Nintendo Switch. Wow. I know all the kids like them, that's for sure. I guess adults like them too. Yeah, I remember you said that before, Ken. They turned you away when you were supposed to do the surgery. He's trying to talk to me? Oh, well. Yeah. I actually know a few people. I've known a few people that were the same way, Recon. They didn't want to say goodbye. They'd just say something else. See you later or something. Who's there? Is everybody still here? Mackenzie, you still here? And yes, you are. Michaela, you still here? I just texted Trinity and told her to get her butt on, but I guess she's not going to get on. She has to go to work in the morning. Probably early. I imagine she goes in about 6 probably. Yeah, mine acts up a little bit too. There's Trinity. I knew she wouldn't let me down. Hey, Trinity. We have quite a few on tonight. We got Michaela's here, I believe, still, and Mackenzie, Jennifer, Recon, Ken, Yvette, and me. Who am I missing? Velvet was here, but I guess she logged off. Yeah, thank you, Recon. That camera, I think, made a big difference. The picture quality should be way improved, for sure. I appreciate everyone that's been donating tonight. Definitely will help a lot, more than you can imagine. I've been trying to rotate some of the stickers that have been done. That's the most I've got for stickers in a long time. That'll definitely help, for sure. Well, that's the second time they did that, Ken. Well, this doesn't have a zoom to it, but if I can get OBS to work with this camera, I can zoom with OBS, but um, probably not. But as I'm hoping I can use the same camera when I do a painting, so hopefully it's a lot better. Yeah, Yvette, you haven't been here for months and months. Hopefully she's going to friend me on Facebook. That way I can make sure I can send her a personal chat and let her know that we're having a live. And then she'll hopefully get the message. Ken and Recon, I actually have their phone numbers. I send them a text message. I don't bug them other than that. I just use it to send the message that I'm having a live. They never seem to get my messages through Facebook. I mean, through YouTube. That's why. How's Nathan doing, Trinity? Is he tired from all that driving? I bet he drove all the way, didn't he? Yeah, 720. I've got it set on 720 right now. Yeah. I could, if I wanted to pay more for their more expensive package, I could do 1080. And I'm sure it would look better because this is a 1080 camera. In fact, I think it's a 4K camera, but I'd have to pay a lot more money. And I can't afford that much. They want quite a bit for that. I think it's like $50 a month. That's just too much. If the channel would get better and improve more, where it's actually making a little bit, and it's making a lot, but a little bit, they have to help pay for that, then I would upgrade it. And then we could go 1080. Well, it's probably fine, especially with the internet connection I have, and other people having slower internet connections too. It's probably better suited until I got something really, really good for internet, whenever that ever happens. StarX is about available here, but it's going to be mighty costly, about $700 to get it. Drove all the way. Didn't want to stop, huh? Oh, he went to work with his dad and just got home. Wow, I bet you he's tired, isn't he? Say hello to Nathan for me. Well, I'm not going to pay anything extra yet. That's for sure. I mean, myself and Nancy wants the StarX. We were going to split it, the price of it. Once we get it, the bill will only be what I'm paying now. It's just the down payment they want and the equipment fees. That's the expensive part. But I could get rid of this internet that I have with the StarX and be way better. Way better. You got problems with your steering on your car, Yvette? Huh? Power steering pump going bad? Or is it something else? Nathan probably left here and said, I'm glad to get away from all them crazy people down there in Florida. I bet he was. What's he going to do when he moves? He's going to be homesick big time, isn't he? Well, he's going to have an extended family down here now when he moves down. I tried to tell him that already. You know, I try to prepare him. Yep, definitely is. And he already won the battle with me. That was the biggest thing, is making sure I liked him, and I did like him without having. He didn't have to even try, really. Liked him just fine. She was as much concerned whether he'd like me. But I'm not always the easiest person in the world to get along with. Oh, I'm sure he's going to miss his family. I have no doubt about it. None. When I used to go up north, I'd miss my family down here too. Of course, most of them are gone now, but, you know. Oh, it's leaking? So what you need is another hydraulic hose. And you can have one of those made, or you can probably buy one at Napa, you bet. You just got to get somebody to put it on for you. Remember, Recon, I used to get, a long time ago, I was getting, on a good day, 17 megabits per second download. Remember that? And I was getting usually about 0.50 or 1 megabyte upload. The package I have now, right now, I have 154.49 megabits per second download and 4.85, which is almost the max upload. So there is a pretty good improvement. He's in the double terrible twos now. He loves his papa, but he's still in the double terrible twos. He's in that, I want to look at everything. I want to break everything. I want to see what everything's made out of. I want to see if I can take it apart. All that kind of stuff. And everything that you tell me no is actually going to mean yes. Because he hasn't grasped that word no. $500 for 2 transmission lines? Wow. Separate radiator, yeah. Wow. Well, it shouldn't cost too much to do that, Eva. It's just a matter of a couple of bolts that hold that line down, and you have to put some more power steering fluid in it. You may have to bleed them again, but maybe not. Yeah, 4 years, 4-year-olds can be a handful for sure. Ezra definitely is a handful. And he's super, super attached to his grandma, Jennifer. And boy, does he have a fit when she leaves. Wow. When she leaves, it's 5 or 10 minutes just to get him to calm down. Mackenzie, you still here? I mean, is everybody still here? Mackenzie? How about you, Michaela? Michaela must have left. I haven't seen her say anything in a while. Candy Vet, Jennifer, Trinity, I think is still here by the looks. What time you go to work, Trinity? 7 in the morning? Well, she says it's leaking fluid, so that most likely I would think would be the one of the power steering hoses. Of course, the only way to know is have a mechanic check it out. But if it's one of them hoses, that's not that bad of a fix. But if it's rack and pinion steering, that's a different ballgame. You lost your uniform? My. Yeah, congratulations on being a grandpa, Ken. You bought the one that plugs it up. Huh. Well, you need the new hose, I would think, if the hose is leaking. I'm not sure what you're plugging up without actually seeing it. Yeah, that won't be too much if it's just a hose. Do I know what's coming? What's coming? I don't know. Probably a hurricane before long. I'm in Florida. That's probably what's coming. No, that's not my first grandbaby. No. You're talking to Ken. Yeah. Yeah, Napa Auto Parts and AutoZone, either one of them should have that hose. You just got to figure out which hose it is. All right, Prandy, I'll see you later. Thanks for coming on, sweetheart. I love you too. There's Ariana. Hi, Ariana. We're on late, by the way. We started at 10 o'clock. I guess I know I messaged you, but we decided to stay on later because Michaela came on and Lexi's here and Jennifer and Trinity, Ken, Recon, Yvette's here. Isn't Wesley's little baby Weston a cute little thing? Ariana's going to be an aunt. Auntie Ariana. I bet she can't wait to hold him either. Recon, I already did my time in a 30-degree temp. In fact, where I used to live in New Hampshire, it was minus 30 degree in the wintertime. Been there, done that. Oh yeah, May 31st is our birthday, yeah. You never know, Recon. He may come home tomorrow and say, "You're going to be a grandfather." Ken's younger than me, but I think he looks older than I do. Just saying, just a guess. My father's birthday and my birthday are the same day, too. I can't believe she can't keep her servers here either. I know she had that problem before, but I would think she would. She needs Verizon. Yep, so is my father's, Ken. Same day. Yeah, we have the same birthday. All right, guys, we've gone way over on. We went over an hour and a half, so I think we're going to shut her down tonight, guys. I want to thank you all for the super stickers you all donated tonight. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad we had a good amount of people, even though they came in late. Um, that's great. Also, that kind of tells me I should have went at 10:30. I was hoping that 10 would be better for everybody, but I'm not too sure now. I guess I'll send a voting poll out if everybody fills it out and find out what time everybody would prefer that I do the lives. If we're going to keep doing them, then maybe that'll help everybody give me some input on it and go from there. And hopefully we'll get more people coming. That's the main thing. And I do want to do it. I've always wanted to do another live painting, and maybe I will. We'll see how that goes. I'll give it a little bit more time and see what happens. And hopefully we can continue and get this channel to grow some. And maybe with this new camera, that'll help too and help draw people more. And I'll just have to try to spend more time on the videos and try to make them a little bit more exciting and maybe add music to them or whatever it takes. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Appreciate you all coming. Recon, Ken, Jennifer, Yvette, Ariana, if you're still here, everyone that's still here, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next live. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. Y'all be safe and take care. Bye-bye. Yep, keep us informed. All right, have a good night, guys. Good night. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody, before you all go. Bye-bye.